This is the Death Machine, Sammy Callahan, and you're watching Cole TV.
It wasn't you, it was me. oh, we're on. Well, thank you, Bret Hart Jack. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to another episode. Composure. Welcome to another episode of Pro Wrestling 60, where we cover everything that happened this past week in the world of professional wrestling. I'm XLJ the OG, joined by my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, Mr. Miro. He says it wasn't me, it was them. Are you okay?
No amount of Rocky Road ice cream has been able to get me through this.
Do you think this joke has went on far too long? I think so. We're fine. The wrestling world is fine. We're all fine. Well, Mr. B-Roll, it has been another chaotic week in the world of professional wrestling. A lot has happened this past week. We got a lot to talk about. So as always, if you could compose yourself, we're professionals. Compose yourself. I know we can cry afterwards. Why don't you hit us with that sweet, sweet line?
Yes. He is XLJ. I am Mr. B-Roll. We may have been broken up with this week, but we are still here and we are still standing proud. Or in this case, sitting.
Yes.
But
we're here.
This is PW60, and I say the clock starts now.
Yes, indeed, and of course, there it is, folks. Our top story of the week: John Cena has broken up with us. He has ended a 25-year relationship, and now he is, well, as he says, he's a human being. He's not a babyface. He's not a heel. He's a human being. A lot of controversy coming out of this past Monday night. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. What were your first thoughts when you saw this promo from John Cena?
So there are lots to take away from here, right? I think everyone's number one takeaway is going to be John Cena kid, right? I mean, that's going to be the number one.
Oh my God, that poor kid. But you know what, though? He's going to be immortalized forever. He's the John Cena kid now. That kid's going to be able to, like, get so much tail when he gets old enough, brother, and be able to go to, like, so many different wrestling shows and conventions. Oh, John Cena kid.
Yep. So, but, I mean, me personally, I liked it. I felt like they were taking very real elements of what was like being said and everything of like, because ever since he quote unquote turned heel, which he says he's not a heel, he's just a human being. But everyone was talking like oh, are we going to get new entrance music? Are we going to get this? Are we going to get that?
You'll get nothing and you'll like it, as John Cena said. I think that's one of the takeaways from this is, like you said, B-Roll, a lot of people were expecting this to be like, okay, new gear, new music, new presentation, and we didn't get that. But, I mean, that just ties in so well to this this new persona for John Cena. Even though, like he says, he's under the presumption of nothing's really changed. He's just ending a relationship that he feels has been very one-sided and abusive. I mean, here's the thing. Think of it this way. Think of it as if you were working at the same job for 25 years. You were the top performer in your company for 25 years, and now you were about to hang it up. But it's just like it's all finally come to fruition for John Cena. It's just like he could only do it for so long. And now all of a sudden it's like, no, fuck you. I'm out. It's like fuck you, you're cool, I'm out. I loved it personally. I didn't have any issues with it. I thought it was very well done. I liked everything that Cena had to say, and then Cody come out playing the ultimate white meat babyface. One thing I loved is the presentation. WWE is so good at this with the just how it was presented on television. Because did you notice when like Cody comes out, there's like a big light on him, and there's like darkness on John Cena, like he's in the dark and stuff because all the lights on Cody. Like I love that. That was so a nice little Easter egg, I think, from WWE. But a lot of people were waiting on this promo. Like I say, in some people's minds, it lived up to the hype. Some people's it didn't. But I think it did everything it was supposed to do. And that crowd was hot, man. That crowd was really, really like into this. Um, we got another, moment we're gonna get between these two tonight on Monday Night Raw. Or of course, at the time you're watching this, it's already happened. But you know what I mean. Damn European shows airing on Netflix at 3. Usually I'm cool with that, but when I'm at work, I can't do that. But anyways, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next between these two. I mean, they're just starting cooking. I mean, only thing we really got out of Cena on this thing was just him of his why, of why he's essentially, a quote unquote heel. Like I say, I'm excited to see where they're going to go. Let them cook, as we always say here on the show. But this promo, man, this was it just felt like you said, it tapped into some reality, and there was like almost some pin-up frustration from the leader of the C Nation, one John Cena. But cannot wait to see what's going to happen next between these two. But let's talk about the rest of Monday Night Raw, which was a loaded show. That Penta Ludwig Kaiser no holds barred match was phenomenal. Ivy Nile and Dakota Kai was a great matchup as well. Looks like B-roll. One mommy Rhea Ripley has inserted herself into this championship match at WrestleMania, where it now appears it will be a 3-way. Not officially signed yet, but it does look like Rhea Ripley's name is on the dotted line. So it'll probably be Io, Bianca, and Rhea at WrestleMania. I mean, you know what? It's kind of funny how things are because at first I was kind of like, I just want to see Bianca against Rhea one-on-one, but I'm pretty intrigued by this triple threat, as well as another match, which we're going to talk about here momentarily. Of course, we had the Latino World Order was in action against American Made. Seth freaking Rollins, or I'm sorry, just Seth Rollins. It's kind of fun just to call him by his actual name, but had a lot of some interesting things to say. Of course, we'll talk about that more on as he showed up on SmackDown. That main event, though, man, Braun Breaker defending the Intercontinental Championship against Finn Balor. Of course, Braun retaining, but look at this, man. Ooh, baby. Penta and Braun Breaker, which, by the way, is official and has been signed. It will take place tonight on Monday Night Raw. They will meet for the Intercontinental Championship. But along with the whole Cena Cody opening segment, a lot of people are talking about for Monday Night Raw is the matchup between one Jey Uso and Austin Theory. Because apparently the match was cut significantly for time. I think the match all itself was 12 seconds or something like that. So we're talking about Austin Theory on this show. I think you know where we're going with this. It's time to go to our Tribal Queen Bree with the Tribal Queen Tidbit of the Week.
Well, hey, hi, hello, everybody. It is your Tribal Queen Bree with the Tribal Queen Tidbit of the Week. And what was that with Austin Theory on Monday Night Raw? Losing to Jey Uso in 11 seconds. Paul, I don't like that. But I will say one positive is he gets a match with Jey again on the next Monday Night Raw with, sadly his partner, Grayson Waller. But I think he's gonna, get into the ring with none other than Joe Hendry. Because I believe Joe Hendry and that Joe Hendry is going to be Jay's mystery opponent. They're in Scotland. It makes sense. But anyways, back to Theory. I think that the squash really doesn't matter because Austin Theory is done with the yeet. You've seen him. He's Team Yeet. But Grayson Waller is holding him back because he has no yeet. And so maybe this match might be the turning point of their breakup, face turn. How many times have we said that, actually? But that was your Trib Queen tidbit of the week.
So Austin Theory yeet, Grayson Waller no yeet. I think I got it. Thank you, Bree, so much for that tidbit. Let's talk about Friday Night SmackDown this past Friday night. What did you think of the whole Charlotte and Tiffy like sit down thing? Did it just seem kind of like
Thank you. Cringe.
yeah, like two Barbie dolls bitching at each other.
Which
Don't get me wrong, I respect both competitors. I've loved Tiffy, but this just did not work for me.
yeah, this is weird because like I'm ultra like excited for this matchup,
Oh yeah,
but
absolutely.
like
this
this feud hasn't really been that great.
you know what I think it is? It's because they're trying to have Tiffy work as a babyface, and I just don't think it really works for her. I don't think Charlotte could really work as the babyface either in this one. I think they should just approach it as like two heels, but we are where we are. So this reminded me of two Karens getting in an argument at a Starbucks over their lattes. That's what this segment reminded me of. Yikes. But one thing that was cool though on SmackDown was how about that crowd singing to Randy Orton, man? God, that was beautiful. And of course, it does look like it is now official for WrestleMania. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton will meet one-on-one. This long-awaited matchup will take place at the Showcase of Immortals. Can't wait to see that one, folks. Of course, we kicked off the action on the night was Jimmy Uso teaming up with Damian Priest to go against Drew McIntyre and Shinsuke Nakamura. Braun Strowman's your new number one contender for the United States Championship. And man, oh man, if I was Solo, I'd be running for my life because Jacob Fatu is going to kill you, my friend. Not looking good for him. I tell you what, it's also great to see Selena Vega in action as well. She went up against Piper Niven. We also got to see our new tag team champions, the Street Profits, was in action as well. And of course, Liv Morgan going up against Jade Cargill was a tremendous matchup. But the segment of the night by far, everybody's talking about it. The Roman, CM Punk, Seth Rollins segment. Oh my gosh. Like, B-roll. What did you think of that as we are now apparently going into WrestleMania for a triple threat match between these three?
I feel like I've said it all along. No, I'm not going to be braggadocious here. But no, I'm excited for this.
I am too.
I mean, we're not surprised that things broke
No.
down. But yeah,
It's interesting because going into it, I wasn't really too hyped. I really just want to see Seth and Roman one-on-one. But now with all the work they've done, like the past couple weeks, I'm I'm highly invested in this matchup. It's going to be a very interesting triple threat matchup, I think, come WrestleMania. And speaking of WrestleMania, it's starting to shape up, B-roll. We're on that road to WrestleMania. I think we're, less than a month away? Holy crap, how crazy is that?
I think they were saying like 4 weeks away.
4 weeks away, folks, from the biggest show of the year, WrestleMania. Of course, we have this triple threat matchup. Right now, as we said on paper, it's Bianca and Io. But obviously, that will end up being a triple threat. Add in Rhea Ripley there. You've got KO and Randy, as we mentioned before. Of course, the World Heavyweight Championship. We can't forget about that. Gunther defending against your Royal Rumble winner, Jey Uso. And of course, we talked about earlier, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair one-on-one for the WWE Women's Championship. And the match to end them all, folks. Cody Rhodes, John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship. And there's several other matches on the horizon as well that you can expect, which I'm sure will be announced here in the next couple of weeks. Tune into PW60 here to get that. But WrestleMania season is upon us, my friend, and it's looking like a pretty damn good show, if I do say so myself. Well, it's that time of the show where we go to our good friend Husky Rhodes, as Husky's got a hot take for us. So let's go to Husky.
Yo, what up, world? It's your boy in a car, late night getting some food after a show. Let's talk real quick about this Jon Moxley spot in that match with Adam Copeland. Pretty fucking brutal spot for a nationally televised wrestling show. But the one thing I just want to get off my chest is, like, people are, like, dogging the shit out of Jon Moxley. And it's mostly, from what I've seen, like, hardcore WWE stands that just want to dog on AEW for whatever reason. That man did way more brutal stuff for way less money. Like, if you watch any of the stuff he did in Combat Zone, and you think that was messed up, you'll need psychiatric help if you watch any of Jon Moxley's indie stuff that he did before WWE. So, yeah. And it's also kind of the same people that are, like, dogging on that spot that love Terry Funk and Mick Foley. Guys that competed in IWA King of the Death match. I don't get it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Like, we're not building rocket ships here, folks. It's pro wrestling. Either watch it or fucking don't. Anyway, I'm tired and rambling. Back to you, boys.
Thank you so much, Husky. Couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. But let's get into it. Let's talk about Dynamite from this past Wednesday night. And, of course, the match he's talking about, the brutal encounter between Jon Moxley and Cope for the AEW Championship. That was pretty hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not a squeak, but those nails stuck into his back, and they're trying to dig him out. It's like, ugh. You know, I don't know. Like, it's like Husky says. I mean, John's done way worst, but the fact that this was presented on such like a national audience, that was just, I don't think they were truly expecting that. This is going to be the fickle wrestling fan in me. You want to know my biggest gripe with that spot, with this, was why the fuck could they not do that at Revolution? Like, that match sucked ass, and this match was great. That would have made Revolution a phenomenal pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But
that is a very good point.
Yeah. I mean, I guess because of the brutality of it, because already Revolution was a brutal show to begin with. But I don't know. But, like, the match itself was great. The ending, though, there, with Dax Harwood kind of walking away from Cope, what do you think that's going to lead to? Like, are we done with rated FTR? What's happening?
I think if we're wise, we are. I don't know.
Yeah, but FTR's not doing it. It's not like they're doing anything else with FTR. So I see what you're saying, though. Like, it's probably best that they all move on to different things. I would think Copeland's gonna probably, or Cope, I should say, is going back into maybe some type of a feud with Christian or something, or maybe going to take some time off and question himself, as he wasn't the savior of AEW. He couldn't quite get it done against one Jon Moxley, but Jon Moxley retains. He is still your AEW World Champion. Also on Dynamite, we had that 4-way number 1 contenders presented to you by Michelin Tires and Jack in the Box International Championship, quadruple 4-way contenders for the World Galaxy going into Dynasty. I think that was all of it. Anyways, great matchup, by the way. Interesting. Speedball and Ricochet both picking up the win in this one. So now it will be a 3-way matchup at Dynasty. Kenny Omega, Ricochet, and Speedball Mike Bailey. Let that sink in for a minute, folks. Just go ahead and take my money now. That's going to be a tremendous encounter. Cannot wait to see that at Dynasty. And Dynasty's coming up too. It's sneaking up on us, bro. It'll be here in a couple weeks.
Yep.
But that is going to be a very interesting matchup. Speaking of interesting matchups, I love the matchup with Billy Starks and Mercedes Moné for the TBS title. Great to see Billy Starks on TV. Such a young up-and-coming star. Of course, she's from our neck of the woods, so we're super proud of her. It was awesome to see. I do love how the show. I was kind of surprised that that was another thing too with the Mox Cope match. Surprised they didn't close the show. Very happy though that they did close it with Chris Statlander and Megan Bayne. That was a tremendous matchup. And Megan Bayne now looks to be challenging one timeless Toni Storm at Dynasty. That'll be a great matchup. Let's talk about Collision from this weekend, because it wasn't just Saturday night Collision. Oh, no, it was Saturday and Sunday. It was Slam Dunk Saturday and Sunday night Collision. Of course, following the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Of course, I don't know about you folks, but my bracket is pretty much busted. But great matchup on Saturday night with that time limit draw between Adam Cole and Daniel Garcia for the TNT championship. Obviously, that's going to lead to some type of a matchup, maybe a who knows, maybe like an Iron Man match or something. That'd be pretty dope. As far as the overall, I thought it was, I don't know. I don't know about you, but it was kind of hard for me to get into it this week just because you know when the hell they were coming on. And if I'm being the old man in me. So it was just like, okay. I did like Queen Aminata against Julia Hart. That was a great matchup too from Saturday night. And then, of course, over on Sunday, we got the Death Riders retaining their trios championship against AR Fox and your boys, Top Flight. Harley Cameron was in action. Bandito was in action against Johnny TV. Here's the thing. They were dealt some heavy blows because obviously the show was taped after Dynamite. And there was the storms that kept a lot of town out. So all things considering for what they did, I mean, it wasn't a bad Collision. It was just it was a weird one. And I think they're doing that again this week, aren't they, with the NCAA tournament going on? Probably, maybe.
They might have to. There shouldn't be as many games, but they may have.
Yeah, because now we're down to the Sweet 16. Hooray, sports, go team. But as we said, we are getting very close to AEW's Dynasty. We do know that Jon Moxley will defend that AEW championship against one Swerve Strickland. Well, we mentioned the three-way for the International Championship. We do also know now that Timeless Toni Storm will be defending against Megan Bayne. Speaking of Timeless Toni Storm, man, huge shout out to her. The stuff, she just keeps getting better and better. I mean, the stuff she said afterwards to Megan Bayne, oh my God, just the amount of sexual innuendos, it will make you blush. But
national treasure.
Here's the thing. We have got it on good authority that one Timeless Toni Storm actually is working with an acting coach to help her perfect her craft.
Ooh.
And believe it or not, B-roll, it's somebody we know pretty well. As well as our good friend, the Best Scout Machine, knows him pretty well too. So that being said, let's go to this report from the Best Scout Machine.
Follow Best Scout Machine or suffer the consequences. Still, worst name I've ever heard. P-Dub City, Cole GV, my, I don't know how to describe him, alternate universe self, the greatest horror host of all time, Alabaster Lugosi, was recently hanging out with the AEW Women's Champion Toni Storm. What I'm about to show you is what they discussed recently. So, I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry, XLJ and B-roll and everyone else watching, and America. I'm very sorry, America. Ah, yes, Tony. I've done fast-tracked my way from the 1990s here to the 2010s. 2025? Oh, that's obscene and crazy. God, I have to be like 200 years old. Tony, I need you to gotta change things up a bit. I need you to be a little bit more like me. I need you to be a little more erotic. Can you be a little more erotic? First off, I need you to eat these bacon bits I have in my hand. Good, munch on them. Come on. Eat them! No? Okay, never mind. We'll try something else. Is there a possible chance I can get Luther to give me an erotic back rub? In the bath. Called a bath rub. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I was this crazy thing back in the 1980s where we got a fishbowl and we put our keys inside of them. And whoever we pulled the keys out, we would meet with them in a room and do horrible, disgusting things with jelly and a mongoose. Wild mongooses roaming the land, and then they would find their way onto my sweet central body. Ah, yes, Tony. I see a little bit of me inside of you. And I see a little bit of you inside of me. And I see some of me going into Luther, but also going inside of you and possibly Tony Schiavone at the exact same time. 2025, Tony. I was here last year around Christmas time. I was helping these young gents and some guy called Gout. Worst name I've ever heard. He doesn't even have gout, even though he has very, very swollen digits. Wait a second. I know you've been watching movies like Whatever Happened to Baby Jane and all sorts of TCM films. Well, let me tell you about the wondrous world of late 90s Cinemax. We were all about that. Sometimes if you couldn't afford it, you just watched this little squiggly thing on the TV. You used to watch it all the time. It was positively erotic. Tony, how many jelly donuts do you think you can fit inside your belly button? Well, multiply that times 2, and I fit all of those inside of my ass. Yes, Tony, every single thing that happened on the Friday Night Movie Night, the movie, and everything that happened in the series finale of the Goutverse are all canonical. Right up there with Biodome and Debbie Does Dallas, and let's all not forget The Devil Wears Nada. The Devil Wears Nada. Tony, you've been a wrestler this entire time? I thought you were a street performer. That's pointless. Forget everything I said. God. Better lose some weight. She's a big bitch.
I thought we were done with Lugosi, but he's back in our lives again. Well, thank you so much, Best Gout. Now it all kind of makes sense a little bit. Like, Tony, just don't let him, like, talk about his sock collection, whatever you do. But that explains a lot of things, my friends. Well, let's talk about NXT from this past Tuesday night. Great show. Of course, they're always killing it every week. Of course, this is the first time we get to see Stephanie Procure with those 2 belts. They look pretty good on her, man. And she's going to have a busy week next Tuesday or this Tuesday, we should say, because she will be defending those championships both in the same night. So that'll be interesting to see for her. Of course, kicked off the show with a tremendous U.S. championship matchup with Chelsea Green defending against Sol Ruca. Great matchup, man. Of course, Sol coming up just a little short, and Chelsea Green is still our United States champion. We also got to see the JC Jane go up against Carmen Petrovic and Ricky Saints in action against one Ridge Holland. But that main event, let's talk about the underground matchup. Trick Williams going up against Eddie Thorpe. Of course, getting a big win for Trick Daddy himself. But the thing people are talking about is this new group, which, by the way, they do have a name now. What is it we're calling them again? The Awakening. It's something fucking stupid.
I don't remember, honestly.
See, that's it. Yeah, it's a stupid fucking name. In all honesty, it's not. Let's let them cook. But your name so far kind of sucks. But
was it the Reckoning?
The Reckoning? I don't know. Something with an ing that sucks. The Sucking? Oh, well, maybe that's a little too harsh. Anyways, we digress. But a lot of people suggesting that one Trick Williams could potentially be the leader of this group, considering they didn't touch him at all after they went after Obafemi? Do you think that could come to light?
I think it'd be cool.
I do too. He needs it because I mean, let's call Trick Williams. Just he hasn't over the past year. It just seems like ever since he won that title, it's just the trajectory's just kind of went down for him.
It's like rinse and repeat. Rinse
Yeah,
and
it's
repeat.
it's just not really working. So I'm all for it, man. Like if it makes sense, it makes it interesting, then let's do it, man. Because at this point, I think that's the only thing you could do with him on NXT. I think it's either do this or send him to the main roster, where he probably would go and dwindle away. I'm sorry, but that's the truth of the matter. So hopefully this works out and we get to see Trick Williams in this new role, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. But let's talk about TNA Impact from this past Thursday. How about Chavo Guerrero Jr. making a return? Great to see Chavo. Of course, as he was the guest on First Class's Penthouse. Ugh. I love KC Navarro, you know that, but the other guy, I ain't going to mention his name. Fucking asshat. Of course, kicked off the night with Masha Slamovich. And then it does look like we also got to see the Northern Army go up against the Rascals. Mance Warner was in action. You got the Celebration by Elegance. That's what I was wanting to talk about. That Celebration by Elegance, because it looks like we got some more NXT invasions going on. It's great to see, of course, the Meta Girls along with oh my god, I can't think of her name.
Tatum Paxley.
Yeah, Tatum Paxley and the Gigi Dolan showing up. So, but let's talk about the main event. Joe Hendry and Elijah getting a win against the System, and them damn Nemeth brothers, man. Damn them to hell. Oh, those little bastards going after the Hardy Boys, the beloved Hardy Boys. I almost forgot Mustafa Ali and Mike Santana had probably the best match of the night on the show too, as well. Really digging the stuff that those guys are doing right now too. So, as we say here always on PW60, if you're not watching on Thursday nights, you need to go check out TNA Impact, which you can go over on their little app and get and watch it there. You can watch it on YouTube. There's so many ways you can watch it. But let's talk about this in the world of wrestling over in Japan. We have a winner of the New Japan Cup, and it just so happens to be David Finlay. David Finlay has won the New Japan Cup. He is now the #1 contender for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. He will meet champion Hiroki Goto at Wrestling Dontaku. I'm not really surprised with this. Are you?
Can't say I'm really surprised, but I also can't say I'm happy about it. So.
Yeah. Why aren't you happy about it?
Because I look at Gabe Kidd and I'm like, why don't they see in him what I see in him?
Well, I think they do, but it's just the
know.
fact that it's Japan and it's New Japan, and they
I
love
know.
their slow ass builds. In all honesty, fucking David Finlay probably should have won this like a year or two ago when they were building him up. So it's like now he gets it. It's like okay, like all right. But do you think David Finlay is the next IWGP champion?
Probably.
I think you're right too. I got a feeling. If anybody is going to pose a serious threat to Hiroki Goto's title reign, it's definitely going to be David Finlay. So, personally, I'd like to see Goto have it a little bit longer, but I totally get it if they go in that direction. But congratulations, huge congratulations to David Finlay on winning the New Japan Cup, and he is next in line for the IWGP Championship. Well, my friend, it's that time in the show. Let's go to our good close friend who is on her wrestling journey. Let's go to Sienna with some advice as she talks about what she's been up to here lately.
Welcome to another series of Diary of a Wrestling Manager in Trainee. So I'm 2 months into training. It's going well though, but I do wanted to say this to anyone out there, like during training, don't be afraid to ask questions. And if it comes down to asking question when it comes down to like specific roles, bumps, the business, anything, just go ahead and let it out. I know that your trainers are going to be there, on your side just to make sure that you got your answers fulfilled. I know it's like a lot to like trying to come up with the questions that is not too stupid, but listen, stupid question will always gonna exist no matter what without judgment too. And if you're like afraid to like ask like any question, even if it's just a minor question that you're afraid of like feeling like judged by other people, including your trainer, don't be. Just let it all out and they're gonna answer in the best in your ability too. Like during trainings, I've been asking questions left and right, even like when they pointed out stuff that I still need to work on or to improve. That's where I have to like ask the question, not answer, but they'll answer right away. But you know what I'm saying. But anyway, always remember just to ask any question at all time, and they'll just like answer in the best ability. Because like if you don't ask any question, you're not going to be successful like during your training and also during the business as well. And asking question is always going to be an everything thing, everyday thing. All right. You got this. I believe in y'all. Good luck on your journey, and etc.
I don't know how long it's been. I've been in this vehicle for too long, and the only thing that I have stuck in my head is biscuits and gravy! I'm so hungry.
Oh wow! I guess Spicy's still stuck in his car. God, somebody send him some help. He's been there for a couple weeks now, hasn't he? Poor Spicy.
Oh,
Well, thank you so much, Sienna. We are so proud of you with everything you were doing in the world of pro wrestling. And Spicy, we'll get you some help, buddy. We promise. Oh God, we gotta talk about this piece of shit. Yeah, we do. Well, this week, Alberto Del Rio was officially suspended in Tijuana from wrestling after he got into a fan altercation. Imagine that. Alberto Del Rio in a fit of rage. I don't believe it. Alberto
oh
Del
my
Rio
gosh.
being an
I am
asshole. I
so
don't
surprised. How
believe
can
it.
you? I cannot believe what is happening.
How is this guy still fucking wrestling, B-roll? And let alone he's a world champion too. Like why? Why? Just fuck him. Just fuck off. Go away. Want nothing to do with you. I don't want to talk about this asshole anymore. He's a piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. But this I do want to talk about. I am so excited for this for so many reasons. The Collective is coming up WrestleMania weekend, and folks, we kid you not, this may be the biggest collective of all time, as there is a total now of 12 shows because they just announced the ID Championship Tournament will kick off on Wednesday, April 16th at 4 in the afternoon as part of the Collective, kicking it off there at the Palms, which I'm kind of upset because this literally is going on right when I land in Vegas. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it. But I'm going to make it to the rest of the Collective, though. And that's going to be exciting, folks, because we're going to have our exclusive Collective week after we have our WrestleMania week. You're going to want to tune in that week because it's going to be nuts because we're going to have vlogs from all the shows at the Collective. And like I say, this Collective is loaded. I mean, already off the top of my head, I know Defy, they've announced Kenta will go one-on-one against Mance Warner. Bloodsport got some huge announcements this week. This Bloodsport, folks, this is the most insane-looking Bloodsport I've ever seen. Pete Dunne from the WWE will be appearing and competing at Bloodsport. Already, we've had announced Natalya. We got Pete Dunne. But you know what? We're not done yet. Also, Karrion Kross will be competing at Bloodsport as well. Like already three names from the WWE. You have like so many other great competitors like Jonathan Greshman's going to be competing at Bloodsport. Dude, this lineup is just looking sick, man. I cannot wait for Bloodsport. I missed it last year, but I'm going to make damn sure I'm not missing it this year. So cannot wait to check out Thursday night there. Bloodsport's going to be a loaded show. Also, Joey Janela's spring break got some big matches added to it. A big rematch between one Mance Warner and Gabe Kidd, batting down the hatches because this is going to be fucking nuts. I'm third row, so I think I'm probably going to have to make sure I got all my belongings on me because these two crazy bastards are going to be going all over it, the Palms. I just would love to see it if they go out in the casino. I think that's something they have to take advantage of is brawling in the casino. It's just going to be so fun if that happens.
I think so.
Also, this is a big matchup for spring break. It's a loser leaves GCW match. Fuego del Sol going up against Atticus Cogar. Of course, these two have been at each other's throats in the past month. Of course, the Cogar brothers with what they did to Fuego's partner, our good buddy, Sam Stackhouse. And now they're going to put their GCW careers on the line at spring break. Of course, also, speaking of careers, we know Joey Janela will go one-on-one against Sabu in what will be Sabu's last match, his retirement matchup. Also, they announced this one, too. One called Manders going up against Zack Sabre Jr. That's an interesting matchup. All that taking place at Joey Janela's spring break. But we're not done, folks. There's plenty more action going on at the Collective, too. It was just announced at the Mark Hitchcock Super Show, the memorial show that they do every year, tied in with WrestleCon. It's going to be Mickie James one-on-one against Maki Ito. This is a matchup I never thought I needed, but I'm glad that it has now been announced because holy crap, this is going to be awesome. And also on that card, too, Butterbean going up against one Minoru Suzuki. Murder Grandpa is going to be in the house. That's going to be a fun one. Also, we've got Ultimo Dragon will be competing at the Dragon Gate show Wednesday night there. The Dragon Gate Rebirth. He will be in action. It's going to be great to see him in action in a big six-man tag. And announced for the Clusterfuck Forever, it's going to be the first ever GCW Scramble Cage match. I mean, they do Scramble matches all the time, but they've never done them in a cage. That will all be taking place and so much more. So excited. Going to be a big part of the collective. Going to try to make it to about all the shows. And like I say, we're going to have a special collective week here coming up. And you're going to want to check out all the amazing vlogs that come from that. But so much great going on with GCW, with the collective, within the world of independent wrestling. And it's that time of the show. We go to our good friend, one Michael J. Duplessis, with an indie report to tell us about some of the great shows that may be happening in a town near you. So let's go to Michael.
What up, y'all? It's your boy MJ Duplessis with another independent wrestling event report. First off, we have Pandemonium Pro Wrestling presents The House Always Wins. 601 East Fremont Street in Las Vegas, Nevada, April 17th. Doors open at 11 a.m. Bell time is at noon. Pro Pandemonium on all social medias for tickets and information. Secondly, we have 365 Pro Wrestling presents King of the Island, May 3rd, Victoria, British Columbia. You can look up 365 PW on all social medias for tickets and information on that. And lastly, we have Destination Pro Wrestling presents Raised by Wolves at the Nemo Arena in Bemidji, Minnesota, with a door time of 6 p.m. and a bell time of 7 p.m. Destination Pro Wrestling on all social medias for tickets and information on that. Y'all have a good day.
Well, thank you so much, Michael. And you can see there's just so much great independent wrestling going on. Speaking of independent wrestling, one of the all-time greats has officially hung up his boots. That's right. Homicide wrestled his last professional wrestling matchup this past week and was successful in a tag team matchup. Of course, revealing that he would have to retire due to some health concerns he has going on right now. Always been a huge fan of Homicide. I mean, easily you could argue he's one on the Mount Rushmore of Ring of Honor and independent competitors. One of the all-time greats to do it and lace it up. And, of course, this week, our wrestler of the week is the notorious 187 Homicide. I hope he still stays in the wrestling business because he's got a great mind. I'd love to see him as like a producer, booker, whatever you want to call it, behind the scenes, because Homicide's an incredible competitor. So gonna miss him, man. But man, oh man, what a career Homicide had. Speaking of Hall of Fame like careers, there's some rumors going around that Ken Shamrock and Kamala could potentially be joining the class of 2025 Hall of Fame. I think both of these guys are excellent performers and deserve it. It's kind of a head scratcher. It's like long overdue for both of them, really. Ken Shamrock, I mean, how appropriate would it be if he goes in this year, considering they are in Vegas? And I mean, obviously, we know Ken Shamrock with a strong background in the UFC, former super fight world champion there. So I'm for it, man. Like, put him in. And Kamala, the Ugandan giant, I mean, it's Kamala, man. It's like I grew up with Kamala. He was like one of those like menacing bad guys, and then you can remember when he turned him into like that weird kind of baby face for a little while. But Kamala was a phenomenal wrestler. Both these guys deserve it. Oh, this is so good to see, buddy. So good to see. So the latest episode of Chris Van Feet's podcast dropped earlier this week, and Chris Bay was on the show. And I got to tell you, if you watch just one podcast, one episode of Chris Van Feet, this is the one to watch. So uplifting. So great to hear from Chris Bay, man. I mean, by all rights, the man shouldn't be here in the condition he's in. Like, a lot of people thought he would never be able to walk or move again, and he's very passionate, like talking about his story, and it's a really good episode. Have you been able to watch the whole episode yet, or just seen bits and pieces?
I've only seen clips so far.
Oh man, do yourself a favor, watch the whole thing. It's definitely worth it. Great to see Chris Bay, man. Speaking of Chris Bay too, recently there was a benefit show that took place, yesterday for Chris Bay. Tremendous show. Of course, you can catch a replay of it on Triller TV, but everybody in the wrestling world coming out of the woodwork to work this one, folks. So happy, like I say, so happy to see Chris Bay, like just doing good and just enjoying life, you know. Will he ever wrestle again? Well, as they say in the world of pro wrestling, never say never, but I'm just happy that he's just walking around and seems to be in good spirits. And talking about careers, we got to talk about this. It came out, looks like Saraya will potentially be retiring soon, which totally get the greedy wrestling fan in me. If I got to be honest, I would kind of like to see her get one last kind of maybe a mini run or something in WWE. I'll be honest, because I do feel like the AEW run it's failed. I'm sorry, there's no easy way around it. It's not. It's like they did the one thing with Britt Baker, and she won the title for a little bit, and that was it. And now she's what are we doing? Like, I don't even know what she's doing nowadays. It's like you rarely see her on TV. So Papa Khan, just let her go. Let her go back home. Let her finish her career out in WWE. Like that's my personal. But once again, the most important thing here is that she's healthy and happy. So if retirement's what makes her healthy and happy, then we're all for it. Because I mean, she has had a phenomenal career in the world of professional wrestling. And speaking of phenomenal careers and Hall of Famers, Abdul the Butcher is the latest man to be helped by one Diamond Dallas Page. God, that man's a saint. And actually, old Abby here looks like he's lost a lot of weight. And he was able to stand. Like that's the thing about DDP. Like, he's helped Lex Luger stand out of his wheelchair now, Abdullah the Butcher. It's like there's nothing that man in DDP yoga cannot do. WWE, can we please, and I mean this no disrespect to the Ultimate Warrior, but can you just rename the Warrior Award to the DDP Award? Because to me, it makes a lot more sense, because I think Diamond Dallas Page, he's the kindest soul in all professional wrestling. But this is awesome to see, man. Like, and Abdul the Butcher, of course, has been down on his luck for a little while. So hopefully he gets his health back and can get on to living the best life he can here in his latter years. Also, huge congratulations go out to Layla Gray, who married OVW star Luke Curtis. They just got married this past week. pictures look phenomenal here. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, man, that looks like a gorgeous wedding, and that's a gorgeous couple. So we here at PW60, we want to wish them congratulations and true marital bliss. And this is an interesting one. Seth Rollins is going to guest host Good Morning Football on the NFL Network. That's right. He's going to be a guest host. Apparently, he's one of his buddies or something, or somebody, an acquaintance he knows, is like, I don't know. Somehow that's what I was reading. That's how he got the gig. But I mean, he's a big football guy, and he's a big Bears fan. Go the Bears! So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna check it out and see how he does. You know, I'm interested to hear what he's got to say. I'm gonna be very interested to see what he wears as well. So, but just it's pretty wild that Seth Rollins is going to be working on NFL Network. Pretty random indeed. That being said, let's go to our good friend Brian with Brian's Random Moment of the Week here on PW60.
There it is again. That's my fancy graphics because, that's my marketing budget. So, hey, cool. Back again for Brian's Random Moment of the Week. Was coming right now for you in our What If series, focusing over the next about 4 weeks, including this one here, for past WrestleManias in our What If series. As we're about a month away from WrestleMania 41, and the card is shaping up quite nicely. And so I want to look back to different random times, pun intended on that one, different years, things like that. Some big what ifs. Now, I want to go back a couple of years ago, WrestleMania 39. We know, of course, that adrenaline in my soul, something, something. Cody Rhodes was supposed to finish the story by beating Roman Reigns. That was what we thought, going into WrestleMania 39. However, we know that he did not. Roman continued the historic reign until the next year, which was last year, obviously, when Cody finally finished the story at WrestleMania 40, still holding the championship to this day, going forward into his match with John Cena coming up this year at WrestleMania 41. But now here's where we get to put on our fantasy booking hats and things of that sort. Hypothetical situations and whatnot and all that cool stuff. So, what if Cody Rhodes would have actually finished the story by winning the WWE title at WrestleMania 39 and breaking that amazing run, the lengthy run by Roman Reigns? How do you think his reign would have been going forward? How long would he have held it? When do you think he would have lost it, and lost it to, if he was still not champion today? Or do you think he'd still be champion right now and staying babyface, heel, all that good stuff? Comment below, let us know. Don't forget to follow all the content creators here, myself included, for all the great wrestling content and all my stuff as well, for random song of the day, different genres, all that cool stuff. So, bye for now. Bienvenidos and bean burritos.
Ooh, bean burritos. That sounds fun. Well, thank you so much, Brian. We appreciate you, my friend. And yes, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. We love you, Brian. And you know who else we love here at PW60? We love our wrestling content creators. And this week, our Ruby Ringside Wrestling Content Creator of the Week is one Cherryberry 2414. Now, we just kind of stumbled across her page recently. It looks like she's newer to TikTok, so she's got some very interesting videos and some points. A big fan of pro wrestling, the WWE and whatnot. So go check her out. If you're not giving her a follow, give Cherryberry 2414 a follow, because she is our Ruby Ringside Wrestling Content Creator of the Week this week here on PW60. Also this week, it was announced that the Slammy Awards will be returning to the WWE, and they will take place at the WWE World. It will take place on Sunday around noon. This WrestleMania Sunday will take place. So if you are at WWE World there in Vegas, you can check out the show. And I believe I think it airs on YouTube or something too. So on WWE's YouTube channel. But yeah. Great to see the Slammies. I grew up on the Slammies, man. That's an institution right there. As a kid, it was always the WWF title and the Slammy. That was my goals. So maybe someday. Also, it was announced for the first time ever, they're going to be doing the Roast of WrestleMania, which will take place after WrestleMania Sunday. It's going to be at the official WrestleMania hotel there in Vegas, the Blue Live Theater. and it's hosted by this asshole. I'm sorry, but fuck Kill Tony. Fuck this guy, Tony, like a racist piece of shit, in my opinion. Like, I'm not holding it back. I think he's a douchebag, and I don't like him. So, honestly, I was thinking about checking this out until this motherfucker was announced. So, yeah, I won't be going, but hey, you want to go? Have fun. Listen to this racist piece of shit. I said what I said. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Now, on the more cooler news, in my opinion, Joe Hendry has been announced to be appearing at WWE World. Say what? Yes. Say his name and he appears, and he's going to be at WWE World doing some photo ops. Like, B-roll, this is unprecedented. This has never been done before in the world of wrestling. Has a non-contracted WWE wrestler been announced to appear at WWE World or at the WrestleMania convention, essentially? Like, what do you make of this? Like,
Well, I think it is the sign of many things to come. I remember like reading something. It might have been like Joe Henry's like social media or something. It's like said something about like, don't worry, Joe Hendry will be announced in a video game in 2025 at some point. And I'm just like, follow speculation of being in Scotland and he's going to be the mystery partner. I'm like, I feel like he's going to get announced as like a DLC in 2K25 soon, and just all this stuff.
yeah. Well, the man said it best himself. You say his name and he appears, man. It looks like Joe Hendry will be appearing at WWE World. And our last story this week, it's a sad one, unfortunately, folks. Independent wrestler Vince Steele has passed away. About a week ago, unfortunately, and he did go out doing what he loves most, as he did. There had a serious health issue there in the ring and did end up dying. Rest in peace, Vince Steele. You will be missed from the wrestling world. Go to pro wrestling. We actually did it in less than 60 minutes, but I'm still distraught. I'm sorry if we were going through it this show. It was a hard one for us, because what do you think is going to happen after your breakup after 25 years? I mean, come on. We'll have our wits with us better by next week, folks. Thank you so much for watching Pro Wrestling 60 this week. We hope everybody has an awesome week. We'll see you next week on another episode of Pro Wrestling 60. Take care. John White.